Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy on Monday said that he held a telephonic conversation with Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Zelenskyy sought India's support on Monday in the implementation of his peace formula, while Modi strongly reiterated his call for an immediate cessation of hostilities between Ukraine and Russia. Zelenskyy added that he also wished Modi for a successful G20 presidency of India. The tweet of the Ukrainian president read, "I had a phone call with PMO India Narendra Modi and wished a successful G20 presidency. It was on this platform that I announced the peace formula, and now I count on India's participation in its implementation. I also thanked for the humanitarian aid and support in the UN." Zelenskyy had proposed his peace formula during a virtual address at the recent G20 summit in Bali. Modi said that both the sides should revert to dialogue and diplomacy to find a lasting solution to their differences, and conveyed India's support for any peace efforts to Zelenskyy, according to an official statement. Zelenskyy put forward the 10-point peace plan for ending the conflict that included punishing those responsible for war crimes, withdrawing all Russian troops from Ukraine, and restoring his country's territorial integrity. Under the plan, he also called for ensuring energy security, food security, and nuclear safety, adding that a document confirming the end of the war should be signed by the parties when all the anti-war measures are implemented. The Prime Minister's office in its readout said that Modi requested that the Ukrainian authorities facilitate arrangements for the continued education of the Indian students who had to return from the East European country earlier this year owing to the Russian invasion of the country. The leaders also exchanged views about the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. Prime Minister Modi strongly reiterated his call for an immediate cessation of hostilities and said that the both sides should revert to dialogue and diplomacy to find a lasting solution to their differences. The PMO statement further read. It said that Modi also conveyed India's support for any peace efforts to Zelenskyy and assured the Ukrainian president of India's commitment to continue providing humanitarian assistance for the affected civilian population in his country. Since the Ukraine conflict began in February, the Prime Minister has spoken to Putin as well as Zelenskyy a number of times. Modi held a phone conversation with Russian President Vladimir Putin on December 16th, during which he reiterated his call for resolving the Ukraine conflict through dialogue and diplomacy. Modi and Putin held a bilateral meeting in Uzbekistan's Samarkand on September 16th, during which the Indian leader said that today's era is not of war and nudged the Russian leader to end the conflict. India is yet to condemn the Russian invasion of Ukraine and has been maintaining that the crisis must be resolved through diplomacy and dialogue.
Subscribe to Oneindia channel and never miss an update.